of the originals and Julie Plec, they're getting ready. They're getting all set up within their location. So we're going to be coming to you live in just a few minutes. We're seeing all this excitement that's going on. Mary just said, yay. Alexandra just said, ah. And Kinjal is throwing all kinds of signs up there. We're really excited to have you here. While they're all setting up right there, I'll just fill you in on a few different things. I'm down here at Comic-Con, got a uniform on for the day, and I'll be going down the block, about 2 blocks, for the convention center. And the cast of the originals and Julie Plec, they're right next to there as well. So we're all down here in the same city, ready to share a whole bunch of information with all of you. Before we get everything started, you guys probably already know that the originals premieres on the CW on October the 15th, and that'll be at 8/7 Central. So make sure that you already have that down in your calendar. Now, here we're going to be relying on you for a bunch of questions this morning. So we need to make sure that you guys are all excited, energetic. It looks like you already are excited. Now, I see some of you are asking me, how do I like Comic-Con so far? That's a really easy answer. Comic-Con's my favorite time of the year. Like, there's Comic-Con and there's Christmas. And so down here at Comic-Con, it's awesome because, as you already know, you get a chance to see so many different casts down here, and you get to see the creators and comic book people as well as film people. It's like all of pop culture comes together. One of the exciting and unique things about what Extra is doing this year also, in addition to these live Spreecasts, is we're giving away DVDs. So if you would like to get a DVD of Oblivion, we're going to be giving away 5 different Oblivion DVDs, and we're going to give them away to the first 5 people who we bring on camera to ask a question to the cast that we're going to have on today. So there are so many different reasons for you to keep on staying in and to participate. So let's see. You might also be stoked to know that this morning, you're going to be the first people to talk with the cast of the originals and Julie Plec, because they'll head on over to Comic-Con a little later on today. That's when they're going to have their session. They have a session that's happening at 1:00 p.m., and they have a signing at the Warner Brothers booth that's going to happen at 4:00 p.m. So you guys are going to help us to prepare them for all of the insanity, all of the fans, all of the screaming that they're going to be encountering a little later on today. So we all have a very, very important job today that I think the cast and Julie, they're relying on us to kind of get them revved on up on this exciting morning. Let's see. Okay, so some of you are asking about what happened yesterday. Well, yesterday was a pretty tight day at Comic-Con. I'll give you an idea of what's going on the floor. So there's a few booths that just stand out because they're huge, like ginormous. They have multiple stories within the convention center. And one of them is a booth that I hang out at for most of the time and that I MC at. And that's the Warner Brothers booth. And so are there any fans of The Big Bang Theory or Nikita? Let's see, The Following. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones came through yesterday, and that cast was so incredible. They spoke to the fans as we were setting everything on up. They signed so many different autographs. You guys know Jon Snow was there, Daenerys was there, all of them. It was just pretty fantastic to see how much the fans love them. Also, right before Game of Thrones, Veronica Mars was there. Like, Veronica Mars was crazy because you had so many people that were stoked that the show is now going to become a movie. And so the cast was there to sign autographs, and they gave a lot of love to the fans that happened to be the ones who put in a lot of money on Spreecast. Excuse me, who put a lot of money in on Kickstarter in order to create the budget for the film. By the way, Veronica Mars raised more than $5 million on Kickstarter. Like, it's unbelievable, and it's because of fans, people like us who put in the money because we really cared about it. Now, coming up today at Comic-Con, not only will the originals be at the Warner Brothers booth, but I see a lot of you are typing about the Vampire Diaries right now. The Vampire Diaries will be at the Warner Brothers booth as well today, so we're going to try to get some info from them. Supernatural is going to be at the booth on Sunday, but today also we've got Arrow that's going to be there. Looking forward to see what's going to happen with Person of Interest. We did a Spreecast for Person of Interest a little while ago, so that's coming. So all of this in preparation. Just got a notification that the originals will be there in a few minutes. I promise you, they're coming straight to you. Let's see. Do you all have any other questions about what happens to be going on down at Comic-Con? Want to know about any of the parties that are happening, or anybody that you really want to see, or any shows that you watch that you're wondering if they might be at Comic-Con? All right, Cameron is asking, are there any crazy costumes? Yo, Cameron, there are tons of crazy costumes. And I've been watching the local news down here, and they keep on focusing on like these insane costumes. A lot of people put a lot of time into creating these things, and they look professional. So I give mad props to all those people out there that have taken the time to put in costumes. There's been a lot of Wonder Women around. I saw a bunch of Batmans. They've got the classic Batmans as well as the current Batmans around. Let's see. Any Damon costumes? I have not seen any Damon costumes yet, but we'll probably get to see the real Damon today when he comes to the booth. Let's see. Oh, what about Jared Padalecki's birthday yesterday? Yeah, Laura, you're right. Jared Padalecki did have his birthday yesterday. I know that there was a celebration, people saying happy birthday to Jared. He's down here, ready for Comic-Con. Let's see. Have you seen any Once Upon a Time costumes? I haven't seen any Once Upon a Time costumes yet, but I have seen the Once Upon a Time booth. And at the Once Upon a Time booth, it looks kind of like Captain Hook's ship. So it's huge, and people can walk into the booth and do some different things in it. I haven't been in there yet, but it's one of those big booths that you can see as soon as you enter the floor. Let's see, Captain Hook. We got a Captain Hook fan there. Let's see. Oh, the biggest movie trailer to be shown. Gosh, today is a big, big day for movies here at Comic-Con. Warner Brothers has a panel where they're going to be showing a bunch of stuff from upcoming Warner Brothers movies. I don't even know all the trailers that they're going to be showing there, but it's going to be breaking news for sure. There's something down here called the Godzilla experience, where people can walk into a building and it kind of puts them into the world of Godzilla. I know that that's something that's brand new and that's huge. So looking forward to seeing even more about what happens with Godzilla. What kind of information do we end up getting later on? So yeah. Oh, some of you said that you like my shirt. My shirt, this is my uniform shirt for Warner Brothers when I'm working at the booth. You can see it right here. This is Warner Brothers Comic-Con 2013. It's a good time to be down here. But the cool thing is, regardless of wherever you are right now, you get to also be a part of this Comic-Con experience because it's all about the fans. Let's see. Greetings from Poland. Well, welcome, Poland. We're so glad that you're joining us. We hope that your connection is all good. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Brazil? See you out there too. Oh my gosh, look at that. I believe that I see Julie Plec there. I see, okay, we've got some of the originals. Awesome. Okay, fantastic. Does everybody out there see what we're all seeing? Okay, yeah, judging by all the comments that are popping up, I think it's good. Now, this is a blast. First of all, welcome, cast of the originals and Julie Plec.
Hi.
One of the exciting things about this is that there's so much action-packed right now that we have to have 2 additional screens in order to capture all of the coolness that's happening with the cast of the originals and Julie.
I've never done anything like this before. It's super great, really cool.
Well, then in that case, this is.
Yeah. It's a terrible idea to have actors interviewed with screens where they can look at themselves while they're talking. Whose idea was this?
Not distracting at all, right?
No.
Well, since this is the first Spreecast for a lot of us, and as well, I know that for a lot of the cast down there, this is also your very first Comic-Con. I want to let everyone go through and just say what's up to the fans, introduce yourselves, as well as talk a little bit about your character from the originals.
Pass the mic. Oh, CMD.
Oh,
Okay. Who's going first?
Gillies.
Well, I guess I'll go first.
He's a pro.
Oh, Daniel Gillies.
Hi, my name's Daniel Gillies. I play Elijah on the upcoming show, The Originals. And you want me to describe my character? Oh boy, it's early.
I'm so glad you're going first, by the way, because I'm just gonna sort of take what you say and improve it.
It's only going to get better. It's only going to get slowly, incrementally, exponentially better. So Elijah is sort of I often refer to him as sort of like the consigliere of the family. He's his brother Klaus and he are seeking to make this new empire within New Orleans, a place which, according to legend, Klaus, played by the wonderful Joseph Morgan, established.
I don't even have to introduce myself.
It's all done. Set up, hundreds of years ago, and now we've come to sort of reclaim our kingdom. But first, we sort of have to usurp it from the clutches of this handsome gentleman over here, who also doesn't need to do anything now because I'm doing the whole job. This is Marcel, who's working in conjunction, with a special supernatural power which we cannot disclose right now. And he's kind of conquered the witches. And is there anything else I need? Have I left anything undone? Anyway, my character Elijah is the brother of Klaus. Klaus is kind of like the furious king, and I'm the one who kind of has to wrangle him in and hopefully get his mind aligned with the ultimate purpose, which is to strategically take back New Orleans. Oh yeah!
Wow. I mean, how do I drop some?
I mean, that's it, right? I'm Joseph Morgan, and I play Klaus. He's half werewolf, half vampire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you about the story that wasn't already covered by my consigliere.
I'm Charles Michael Davis. I play Marcel, and he is
The usurper.
the usurped, possible usurped. And he's the self-appointed king of New Orleans. And I'm going to pass it to my constituent.
Okay, baby, let's go. Come out with a word.
I'm Baby Tonkin, and I play Haley, who is a werewolf who has got herself in a little bit of a tricky situation. She's pregnant, and I don't have any big word to add to that because you guys have said it.
You're going to be dealing with the Machiavellian instinct
Machiavellian?
of Machiavellian.
Like we speaking what like?
Oh yeah, that's a big bit of the story I left out, isn't it?
What? Yeah. So we have a situation where we had a night, and now Haley is pregnant.
Haley's pregnant with vampires aren't able to procreate, but as I mentioned,
Werewolves are.
yeah, my character's half werewolf, half vampire, so we've got this
Love baby.
child on the way who is going to be potentially important, I think.
Now would be an excellent time to supply Julie Plec with a mop and a bucket, because she's going to have to clean
I love you. I love you going
My name's Claire Holt. I play Rebecca. I am the sister of these two hooligans on the end. And I will be coming to New Orleans to, I imagine, stir up trouble and bond with my family. All of the above. I'm going to pass you on to Julie Plec, who's going to fix it all now.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah.
We lost
We lost. Somebody pressed the button in the hatch. The world just ended.
There we are.
Hi.
Switch.
And we're okay. Do we see you again, Julie?
Hi.
Okay, there. Great.
What am I supposed to talk about?
Hey, so it's good. This is perfect now, Julie, because since you have the mic, we'd love to know, why did you feel as though now was the right time for the originals to come about out of the Vampire Diaries?
You know, I actually thought it was the right time about a year and a half ago. It just took us a really long time to get it going. I love telling the story because it's one of those great stories that has everything to do with smart choices made to hire smart people and talented people. And it began knowing that Klaus was a character, an evil villain in the Vampire Diaries books. So we knew in season 2 that we wanted to meet him, but we knew we didn't want to meet him till the very end. And so we had to create a stall character in the form of some random dude named Elijah, who would just, get us through a couple episodes and be sort of the heavy before we met Klaus. And then Daniel Gillies stepped on stage for the first day and did his thing, and it was so spectacular that suddenly Elijah became a character that intrigued us so much, and we really started thinking, well, gosh, if the Salvatore brother bond is so good, then why not make why not make the originals more than just an original, Klaus? Let's make it the originals. And then once we started thinking about the whole family, it just kind of grew from there. And there was a moment in season 3 when we did the big ball and the entire family standing on the staircase, and we have this great photo, and I sent the picture that one of our directors took to Peter Roth at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I was doing a 9 caffeine soda rewrite, and I just said the originals in the subject title, and he wrote back at 6 in the morning, oh my God, this has to happen.
I didn't even know it.
Whoa. Gosh, it's awesome to see your vision now come to life then. That's crazy. And now we have our first fan question that we're going to incorporate into this whole Spreecast.
Cool.
So it looks like we have someone who...
Joseph, where's Chris?
Let's see, it looks like Firefly, something Firefly. It almost looks like Osef's Firefly. Wants to know, how will you choose what scenes to shoot in Atlanta and which ones to shoot in New Orleans?
We are going to have to shoot quite a lot in Atlanta because that's where our group is based. But I think what we'll do is anything that we fundamentally know we cannot achieve in Atlanta with, some clever green screen or visual effects or set dressing, like for example the Mississippi River, for one. Then we'll go and we'll take little moments where we'll pop into New Orleans and especially into the French Quarter and grab what we can every now and then, much like what ER did back in the day with Chicago, bundle a bunch of episodes together and then go grab little pieces.
Tight. Very tight. And I think we have a fan who is standing by right now. We're going to actually bring in a fan on video. It looks like Spiros has a question to ask to you folks.
Hi,
Let's
guys.
see what we got.
Hi. I'm so nervous. I'm in Greece. My sister is here getting ready because she's going to a festival. Where my question is how Joseph Morgan is going to differ his new role from his character in The Vampire Diaries.
How what? Say your question again, mate.
Well, how can you differ your role from The Vampire Diaries?
How different is it going to be?
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's the same character, but the show the originals gives us a chance to sort of explore the character a little further, and I mean, also just from having sort of more screen time, he is able to. I can see him.
There's a screen right here.
Oh, you're like.
No, I didn't flip off the go.
Are you starting an internet fight? I'm so sorry about that. There she is. She came in the screen for a second there. It's the same character, but we're just going to expand upon it. We're going to see more sides to him, and just kind of he will evolve as we have more time to spend with him, as will his whole family and all of the characters on the show. So I'm looking forward to a lot more fun on it. What just happened? This is chat roulette.
Thank you, Spiros. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, little spirits.
Wow.
This is great. This is a brand new experience for all involved. Now, next up, we have Cameron, who has a question to ask.
Hi, Cameron.
Cameron, welcome to the mix.
So my question's a little bit similar, but I was just wondering, how are the characters, I know Phoebe's character didn't really get to be fleshed out a lot while she was on The Vampire Diaries, so I'm just wondering how the characters' roles will change by being in the new setting.
I think what's so cool about this show is it's giving all these characters an opportunity to really explore their history, and I think especially with Haley, a lot of the situations that she got herself into in Vampire Diaries, they came from a place and reason, but we haven't yet explored her past and her family and why she's made some good, bad decisions that she has over the course of, her life. And I think that's so cool about having a new show and having like the time in each episode to really find out more about every character. And I'm really excited in particular to find out more about, especially Haley's family life and why she is where she is right now without, knowing who her parents are and what happened to them many years ago. But
Yeah, I think there's this moment that we actually cut out of the pilot, which was it was actually my favorite moment of the whole thing. But when we were trying to cut it down to get to the right length, it was the one thing that could go without hurting the story. And it's Elijah walks Haley out of the tomb in the cemetery, and she seems kind of quiet, and he just looks at her very concerned, and he says, "Are you okay?" And she says, "Well, I came here looking for my family, so I guess you should be careful what you wish for," and just walks away. And it's so sad because she's this girl who's just trying to figure out where she came from and ended up now an accidental mother. And so a lot of, for her character specifically, it's going to be dealing with, I didn't even have parents that were good to me or loved me or even wanted me, and here I am with this child that I'm not so sure I want either, and I think we're all so excited as writers to be able to really dig into that character.
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you, Cameron. And now we've got time for one more fan question. Coming up next, we've got Mac. What's up, Mac?
It was Matt.
Okay, Charles M. Davis is new to all of us that have been around the Vampire Diaries group for a long time. And on screen, he always appears to be a real fun-loving party animal. And would his new co-stars care to elaborate on that?
Well, you also too overdressed for me to answer. Frank. What do you want us to comment on, honey?
Is Charles Marcel?
What kind of person is Charles M. Davis to work with as a regular person? He looks like fun.
He is sort of obnoxiously charming. I'll say that.
Disgusting.
Yeah. No, it's kind of an exciting period for us actually, because we're just sort of starting out, this journey together. So we're really only just getting to know each other. The translation of that is, I only hate him a little bit right now.
Yeah. No, I don't hate him as much as Daniel does. I actually quite like him. But by the end of the season, I feel like my hate will have had a chance to grow and sort of become a hateful tree. When I've already measured the dressing rooms to make sure mine is slightly bigger than his. He's terrific to work with, and we had a lot of fun doing the scenes that we did. And for me, because we're playing this rivalry, and he's playing such a kind of charismatic character and such a popular character amongst the other vampires, I can really use the jealousy that I feel in real life of him to and just put that straight on the screen. So yeah, it's a fun process.
Defend yourself, Charles.
Cool.
I think everything they said is true, and will probably come to be. Yeah, I'm just having fun. It's a great experience. It's a great cast, so I feel very fortunate. So I can't help but have fun. They make it easy, no matter what they say. I take it all as compliments. You look lovely, by the way.
Great.
Thank you.
See, he's still got it on right now.
Still.
So, Mac, thank you so much. Have a great night or day. Excuse me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Now, it's come time for us we've got to let the cast and Julie go. They've got a full Comic-Con day ahead of them, including a panel and signing where they'll be able to meet even more fans. But we want to thank everyone out there in the Spreecast land for joining in on this, and remind you that the originals premieres on the CW on October the 15th at 8/7 Central. So tune in. And for more information, of course, head on over to cwtv.com. Can we get a great wave from all of you to the rest of the Spreecast audience?
We appreciate you all.
Great. Thank you. All right. You all made that an enormous success. Thank you for keeping all of those questions flowing on in. We hope that you got a chance to hear a lot about what you wanted to hear. Julie was a blast. The rest of the cast was just on top of it all. So thank you so much for tuning in for that. We don't want you to leave this Spreecast, however, because we're going to be streaming all day here at Comic-Con. So coming up next, for example, we have Ray Park from G.I. Joe. So might as well just stay at your seat, maybe grab some water, something like that. But G.I. Joe returns